Welcome to the Deep Dive. We are diving into your sources right now, pulling out the knowledge you need to be well-informed. And today, we're kicking off with, well, a pretty bold claim. It might actually change what cartoon characters eat.
Huh. You're thinking Popeye, aren't you?
Absolutely. Forget the spinach. Seriously, based on what modern science is telling us, Popeye should have been grabbing for beetroot instead. That really intense purple color. The deep crimson, it's not just pigment. It seems it's hiding some truly extraordinary, clinically supported health benefits.
It really is.
And we're going to dig into the specific biochemistry driving them.
Yeah, it's definitely time to unpack this. Our mission here is to get past the, let's say, the cultural ideas and look at the hard science.
Right.
Because when we eat beetroot, we're not just eating a colorful vegetable. We're actually consuming specific, powerful biochemical compounds.
Okay.
And what's really fascinating, I think, is seeing how clinical studies are now confirming, giving real scientific weight to benefits people have talked about for ages.
Yeah, let's list some of those common claims. People say it improves your blood, helps with iron levels, boosts defenses, maybe even good for your eyes.
All usual suspects.
But then you get the myths mixed in, right?
Nice.
That it makes you fat, or it's somehow toxic, or that drinking beet juice magically cleanses your liver, things like that.
Exactly. That blend of fact and fiction is why we need this deep dive. Our goal is to isolate what's true.
Yeah.
We want to understand the internal biochemistry, the why behind the benefits, the mechanisms that lead to actual measurable changes in the body shown in clinical trials.
Okay, cutting through the noise to the active ingredients. So if we're starting with chemistry, where do we begin? Is there one main compound doing the heavy lifting?
Well, the best place to start is probably the circulatory system. And yes, the most significant compounds in beetroot, certainly in high concentration, are nitrates.
Nitrates, okay.
These nitrates are precursor molecules. They're what really transform how your arteries function and how your blood flows.
And this is huge, right? Because the way they work,
Yeah.
it actually led to a Nobel Prize.
It did indeed. These dietary nitrates, they promote the production of something called nitric oxide, or NO. And identifying the crucial role of nitric oxide in the body earned Dr. L. Nero a Nobel Prize in medicine. That really underscores its importance.
So what does this nitric oxide actually do?
It's essentially a signaling molecule.
Yeah.
And it's vital because it allows the inner layer of your arteries, the endothelium, to actively relax and widen. That process is called vasodilation.
Vasodilation.
Yeah.
So the nitric oxide is basically telling the artery walls, hey, relax, open up a bit.
That's a great way to put it. It's opening the channels wider.
Right.
And when those arteries dilate, the physical pressure inside the vessel naturally goes down.
Which leads to lower arterial pressure.
Exactly.
So, okay, we're talking directly about managing hypertension, high blood pressure.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, beetroot isn't a substitute for medical treatment, but the data suggests it can be a determinant factor in managing blood pressure, especially if it's part of a consistent anti-inflammatory diet.
It's certainly a powerful tool, especially for prevention. Think about hypertension like this. Imagine a garden hose you leave outside all year round.
Okay.
At first, it's soft, flexible, pliable. But over time, sun exposure, weather, it gets hard, rigid, brittle, almost crystallized.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
That's basically what happens to our arterial system over decades. So things like beetroot that promote vasodilation help keep those arteries more flexible, delaying or at least mitigating that hardening process.
I like that visual. It reframes hypertension. It's a loss of flexibility, not just a pressure number. Does this NO effect happen quickly? Or does it build up?
That's a really good question. And actually, unlike some nutrients that take time to build up, the NO effect can be pretty rapid.
Oh, interesting.
Which is why it's gotten so much attention in sports science recently. Studies are showing that athletes, especially high-performance ones, who consume beet juice or extract, see a noticeable improvement in their athletic performance relatively quickly.
Because of that instant circulation boost.
Precisely. The same mechanism helping blood pressure is basically tuning up the performance engine for athletes.
So better NO production means vasodilation?
Which means better overall circulation, more efficient oxygen delivery to the muscles that are working hard,
Right.
and even quicker recovery times afterwards. You're just optimizing the body's internal plumbing for peak efficiency.
Okay, if it's doing all that for the big arteries, what about cholesterol? How does improved flow and maybe its antioxidant power play into that?
Ah, yes, cholesterol. This is a really crucial point. Beetroot does seem to help manage overall LDL levels.
Okay.
But maybe its most important role here is protection. It significantly helps reduce the oxidation of those small LDL particles.
So wait, you're saying it's not just about the number of LDL particles, but whether they've been damaged, oxidized.
Exactly. That's the key. Oxidized LDL particles are the real troublemakers. Think of non-oxidized LDL, like tiny, smooth ping pong balls just floating by.
Okay.
But when they get oxidized, chemically changed by free radicals, they become sticky, kind of prickly, highly inflammatory. Those are the particles that tend to stick to artery walls and contribute to plaque. So beetroot's high antioxidant and anti-inflammatory potential acts like a shield against that damaging oxidation.
That's a really important distinction. Okay, let's connect this theme, better circulation, better oxygen flow, to our most oxygen-hungry organ, the brain.
Absolutely essential connection. Poor blood flow is deeply, deeply implicated in cognitive decline over time.
How so?
We're talking about conditions like multi-infarct dementia. This isn't usually caused by one big stroke, but by damage to many tiny blood vessels throughout the brain.
Little blockages.
Essentially, yes. They lead to what are called microinfarcts, tiny scattered areas that aren't getting enough blood flow. And over time, that degrades overall brain function.
So the solution, or part of it, goes back to the plumbing again, keeping the pipes clear and flexible.
Exactly. Anything that boosts endo production, improves vasodilation, and generally enhances blood flow is critical for helping avoid those micro issues and preserving brain function long term.
Makes sense. The brain needs that constant supply.
It's ravenous for oxygen and nutrients. Better circulation just means better cognitive performance, period.
Okay, let's tackle that famous liver detox claim. We need to be careful with the word detox, right? The scientific term is more like biotransformation.
That's the correct technical term, yes.
Yeah.
Biotransformation is the liver's really sophisticated multi-phase process for chemically changing substances, whether they're medications, toxins, or even metabolic byproducts, processing them and getting them ready for elimination.
Like the body's processing plant.
Precisely.
So does beetroot actually help this complex process?
Yes. The claim isn't totally unfounded. It has a scientific basis because of beetroot's incredibly dense nutritional profile. Specifically, the wide array of antioxidants it contains can contribute to supporting these biotransformation pathways in the liver. They essentially help the liver's own enzymatic machinery work better, supporting the chemical reactions needed to neutralize and package up waste products for excretion.
Got it. And we shouldn't forget the gut either. Beetroot's packed with fiber and those same antioxidants, which must be good for digestive health too.
Oh, absolutely fundamental. The fiber is prebiotic. It feeds your healthy gut microbes, creating a thriving environment down there.
Right.
And the antioxidants, they actually help the microbiota itself stay healthy. And a healthy, well-fed microbiota is efficient. It produces essential compounds like short-chain fatty acids or SCFAs.
SCFAs. Okay, pause there. Why are those so important? You mentioned immense systemic benefits.
Yeah. SCFAs like butyrate, acetate, propionate are amazing. First, they're a primary energy source for the cells lining your colon, keeping that gut barrier strong and intact.
Okay, local benefit.
But the systemic benefit is huge. They act as powerful signaling molecules throughout the body. They help modulate inflammation everywhere, influence your metabolism, and even communicate with your brain through the gut-brain axis. They're vital for overall immune function.
Wow. Okay, so gut health really impacts everything.
It really does.
So moving beyond nitrates and fiber, let's quickly inventory the basic vitamins and minerals. What's in beetroot's toolkit there?
Well, it's got a good foundational mix, high levels of vitamin C, iron, manganese, potassium, and critically, a very good amount of folic acid.
Folic acid. That's probably why people connect it so strongly to blood health, right? Red blood cell formation.
Exactly. That's a key role for folate.
But the real star, the compound that gives it that signature color and maybe much of its antioxidant punch, that's the betalains, isn't it?
Betalains, yes. They really set beetroot apart. There are these water-soluble pigments, and they're actually quite rare in the plant kingdom, but highly concentrated here.
And the pigment is the benefit.
Pretty much. The betalains themselves are directly linked to significant anti-inflammatory effects, very potent antioxidant activity, and yes, they also chip in to help support the liver's biotransformation process, as we mentioned earlier.
So these betalains, plus other antioxidants we know are in there, like flavonoids and carotenoids, they form a kind of internal defense team.
That's a perfect way to think about it. And their collective goal, ultimately, is to reduce the overall oxidation potential in your body. We're aiming for something called redox balance.
Redox balance. Explain that a bit more.
It's simply the equilibrium between antioxidants, the defenders, and free radicals, which are damaging molecules produced naturally through metabolism and environmental exposure.
Okay, so keeping things in balance.
Exactly. And achieving that balance helps lower chronic inflammation, which we know is linked to so many modern health issues. It supports a well-functioning immune system, and it even helps slow down cellular aging at a fundamental level.
So, practically speaking, maintaining redox balance means your internal systems are running cleaner, more efficiently, and are better protected from daily wear and tear.
That's the essence of it. Less chemical stress, better function.
Okay, the benefits are clear, they're profound. But we need the practical advice. How should people consume it? Raw, cooked, juice. Is there like a specific daily dose?
Right. The practicalities, well, first off, there isn't really a strict scientific consensus on an exact daily dose you must have.
Okay.
But we do have a critical piece of advice on how to consume it, especially for general health versus, say, that specific athletic boost. Consuming it as juice regularly, probably not the best idea for most people.
Wait, really? I thought the juice was where all the nitrates were concentrated. Why caution against it?
It comes down to the fiber. Again, when you juice beetroot, you completely remove the fiber from its natural sugars, the glucose and fructose. That fiber normally acts as a buffer, slowing down sugar absorption. Without it, those sugars hit your bloodstream much faster, potentially causing a bigger spike in blood sugar than if you ate the whole root.
Okay, that makes sense. So the smarter way for most people is eating it whole,
Yeah.
raw or cooked.
Yes. Grate it raw into salads, roast it, boil it, include it as part of a complete meal, ideally with some protein and healthy fats.
And that helps manage the sugar impact and keeps you feeling fuller.
Exactly. Eating it whole gives you that satiety factor, and the fiber ensures a slower, steadier release of energy. You can incorporate it into your meals as often as you like that way.
Good advice. Now, before we wrap up, there's one last really important and maybe slightly startling thing people absolutely need to know about eating beets.
Yes, this is the vital warning. It can save you some unnecessary panic. Because of those powerful pigments we talked about, the betalains. Don't be alarmed if you notice a distinct color change in your urine or stool after eating them.
It turns reddish or purplish, right?
Yeah.
And if you're not expecting it, it can be genuinely terrifying. I heard this story once about a dog that ate some leftover beets.
Oh, yeah.
And then, urinated red at the vet's office. The vet apparently thought it was blood initially, leading to all sorts of unnecessary tests and worry.
Exactly. And the same thing happens with kids the first time they eat beets. Parents can freak out.
Right.
It's a totally normal, common phenomenon. It's sometimes called bacteria. It just means those beneficial betalain compounds have been processed by our body and are being eliminated correctly.
So it's temporary and harmless.
Completely.
All right.
Knowing this beforehand just means you can add this amazing vegetable to your diet without having a mini heart attack later.
Okay, good to know. So let's quickly summarize the key takeaways from this deep dive.
Sounds good.
The biochemistry of beetroot, driven largely by nitrates that boost that Nobel Prize-winning nitric oxide,
Yeah.
and those unique betalains providing potent antioxidant and anti-inflammatory defense. Well, it offers real, clinically supported benefits for your circulation, for athletic recovery, and for overall cellular balance.
Absolutely. And the core message here, I think, is that knowledge gives you power. Understanding the specific chemistry of the foods you eat, like beetroot, gives you genuine control over how your body functions.
It is a powerful vasodilatory agent.
It really is, supporting health from your arteries right up to your brain.
So, to leave you with a final thought to chew on, given how powerfully beetroot impacts vasodilation and efficient oxygen delivery, what other parts of your daily life might benefit from consciously supporting your body's nitric oxide production? Maybe improving focus during a tough work project, or speeding up muscle recovery after the gym. Perhaps it's finally time to give Popeye spinach a break and embrace the beet.
Definitely food for thought.
Until next time, keep digging deeper.